Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to another episode of Duck Stories. It's Telenor's platform that celebrates entrepreneurial and professional failures. Today we have a very special guest with us today, Shafiq Akbar. He's the CEO and founder of Emarat Group. Most of you know the name, most of you know the real estate stories as well. So today we're going to talk about some of his failures, his learnings and journey throughout this time. So Assalamu alaikum Shafiq, thank you so much for being a part of Duck Stories podcast. It's Telenor's platform that celebrates entrepreneurial and professional failures, and we're really happy to have you here today and know your story.
Celebrate failures, is it? Okay, good. Good to hear that.
So Shafiq, you spent a significant time abroad before coming back to your home country and starting Emarat. So can you tell us a bit about your journey? What made you come back? And what was it like when you started Emarat?
Coming back to Pakistan, and when you say significant, I spent 14 years in UK.
Oh, wow.
So whether that's significant or not. But having spent 14 years in a different country and coming back to Pakistan is it's not a very straightforward decision. And you got to have some sort of motivation, really strong motivation. So family is always a motivation. My mother was alone. My father was not well. However, coming back to Pakistan was more of, because I planned almost 9 years before 2016. 2016 I came back to Pakistan. And I had a very strong motivation. There's a lot which need to be changed.
Yeah.
We all talk about change. हम सब कहते हैं जी पाकिस्तान में ये बदलना चाहिए. लेकिन I think हमें खुद थोड़ी सी effort भी करनी चाहिए. We should be part of that change.
Absolutely.
और जिस सेक्टर में हम काम करते हैं, it's on one hand it's real estate. Real estate थोड़ा सा लोग पाकिस्तान में इसको, उनका कॉन्सेप्ट थोड़ा इतना अच्छा नहीं है रियल एस्टेट के बारे में. रियल एस्टेट इज मोर अबाउट हाउसिंग एंड लाइफस्टाइल. एंड ऑन द अदर हैंड वी वर्क इन प्रॉप टेक, जो रियल एस्टेट की टेक्नोलॉजीज. सो इस सेक्टर में बहुत ज़्यादा पाकिस्तान में काम होने वाला है.
Yeah.
जब हम आए थे उस वक्त भी था, अब भी बहुत ज़्यादा होने वाला. एंड इन यूके they have really good systems. Real estate is, we always talk about economy. Economy has a word real estate in it. By the way, economy का literal meaning is a Greek word. इसका literal meaning है घर की अच्छी management या घर की management. And घर real estate होता है. And when you talk about the economic resources जो इस वक्त पाकिस्तान में, because economy is the buzzword, तो 4 main economic resources हैं हमारे. Land, labor, capital and entrepreneurs. I always say that. उसमें सबसे पहले लैंड है, सबसे पहले रियल एस्टेट. सो यूके में कुछ थोड़ा बहुत जो सीखा था, आई वांटेड टू कम हियर एंड कंट्रीब्यूट इन अ वे कि कुछ ना कुछ हम वहाँ का जो सिस्टम है यहाँ पाकिस्तान में आके रिप्लिकेट कर सकें. एंड उसमें यू मेंशन्ड अर्लियर सेलिब्रेटिंग फेलियर्स. So you almost we have completed 9.5 years in Pakistan. 9.5 साल.
Wow, almost a decade.
We almost failed every day. We almost failed every day, quite a few times. Because आप आते हो पाकिस्तान में, वो एक आइडियल अप्रोच होती है कि जी ये भी ऐसे कर देना है और ये भी ऐसे कर देना है और ऐसा हो जाएगा. And then you start realizing कि इतना आसान नहीं है. And
so
we are failing, we love failing every day. And while we are failing, we're just moving on.
So then what were aapne abhi kaha na ki they were obviously, there are challenges, there are setbacks. I want to understand, aap Pakistan वापस आए 2016 में. You wanted to launch a company to start prop tech, to start real estate business, and of course take your learnings here. How was the journey like setting up that company? What were the challenges then? And obviously, I'd like to know more about the challenges later on as well. But if we can start early on, aapko kya challenges face hue?
See, when I planned to come back to Pakistan, I used to be a financial advisor. And I used to plan लॉन्ग टर्म फाइनेंशियल प्लानिंग करता था मैं अपने क्लाइंट्स की, 20 साल की 30 साल की उनकी प्लानिंग किया करता था। तो मेरे जो क्लाइंट्स आते थे मेरे पास, उनको जो उनके करंट इश्यूज हैं या प्रॉब्लम्स हैं या चैलेंजेस हैं फाइनेंशियल, उनको कैसे हैव टू डील विद दैट, एट द सेम टाइम उनका जो लाइफस्टाइल है उसको कैसे बेहतर किया जा सकता है। सो दैट वाज माय जॉब फॉर व्हेन आई वाज कमिंग बैक टू पाकिस्तान। सो आई थॉट, यू नो व्हाट, सिंस मैं सारे लोगों की प्लानिंग करता हूँ तो मैं ज़रा अपना भी ये जर्नी थोड़ा सा अच्छा प्लान करूँ। सो 9 साल पहले मैंने प्लान किया कि मैंने अब पाकिस्तान जाना है, तो आई शुड इक्विप माई सेल्फ with the right sort of expertise and knowledge or whatever, कि जी मैंने पाकिस्तान जाके एक चैलेंजिंग मार्केट में काम करना है तो ज़रा तैयारी कर ली जाए। So I went back to school.
Oh, wow.
So I thought I should start studying. And Pakistan में I started my MSc in policy making and its implementation because I believe, किताबों में भी लिखा हुआ है कि किसी भी मुल्क के सब प्रॉब्लम्स को ख़त्म किया जा सकता है थ्रू इंटेलिजेंट पॉलिसी डिज़ाइन एंड इफेक्टिव इम्प्लीमेंटेशन। नाउ आई सेड अर्लियर दैट वी डू 2 things, real estate, all sorts of real estate, and we do prop tech.
So, Shafiq, I want to get into a bit about the early life setbacks that you had. Can you tell us a bit about your early childhood, maybe your adolescent years? क्या आपके initial life में setbacks आए that shaped you as a leader today?
I think मैं sometime ये कहता भी हूँ कि my brothers and my life his life has been very simple, whereas mine was a bit of drama. Early education, I was doing okay. So I was then studying here in Sir Syed College, pre-medical.
Okay.
So everyone thought, and I thought as well, that, you know, I'll become a doctor. And my whole family और बाकी जो भी होता है, उन दिनों में 2 प्रोफेशंस को आपको पता ही है सेलिब्रेट किया जाता था कि जी एक या डॉक्टर बन जाओ या इंजीनियर बन जाओ। तो आई वाज बिकमिंग अ डॉक्टर, तो सब उम्मीदें यही थी कि जी डॉक्टर बनेंगे। बट आई डिड नॉट डू दैट वेल इन माई, though I did well in my earlier education, but I didn't do that well in my FSC. So I could not, merit होता था कि इतने नंबर आएंगे तो आपको किसी अच्छे मेडिकल कॉलेज में एडमिशन मिलेगा। सो मुझे ऑफर हुआ, इट वाज सिंध में किसी मेडिकल कॉलेज में, बिकॉज मेरे मार्क्स इतने अच्छे नहीं थे, तो डॉक्टर तो फिर नहीं बन सके। एंड देन आई ट्राइड के पाकिस्तान मिलिट्री में,
Oh, wow.
हाँ जी, वहाँ चले जाएं, तो वो not the first time but the second time.
Was that your own ambition? Or was it family say?
Yes, to some extent. My father's had this thing as well कि आर्मी में जाएं, और मुझे भी था कि कुछ हो जाए। हमें तो यही होता था कि कोई अच्छी नौकरी मिल जाए, तो और आर्मी को देखा जाता था कि लॉन्ग टर्म प्रॉपर प्रोफेशन है। तो मेरी सिलेक्शन हो गया, आई वेंट टू पीएम में। उन दिनों, अब आजकल 2 साल का कोर्स होता है पाकिस्तान मिलिट्री एकेडमी का, लॉन्ग कोर्स। उस वक्त ये होता था 2.5 years का। सो आई डिड 2.5 years ट्रेनिंग, लेकिन एंड पे जाके आई कुडंट गेट द कमीशन। तो अफसर नहीं बने हम।
So finish line तक आप हमेशा गए हो।
लाइक एंड तक सही जा रहा होता। So I had to come out, and I had to look for a job again. So I found एक मुझे जॉब मिल गई Hyundai Engineering and Construction Company में. They were doing Chashma hydropower project and a few other projects here in Pakistan. So that's how it started. And to be honest, nothing went as per plan. You know, then sometime you plan something and everything goes as to plan and all that. No, it didn't happen.
How did you deal with that setback?
Hyundai में थे तो बाहर का हो गया कि जी बाहर चले जाएं, क्योंकि उसमें ग्रोथ नहीं हो रही थी उतनी, because I was not an engineer, or it was a construction company. So my scope was limited. Like I was working, when I left, I was their assistant manager for marketing, etc., and business development. And then I went to UK, क्योंकि यहाँ पे फिर UK जाके तो शुरू में I remember like एक घर में होते थे तो बस होता था, अब ये घर छोड़ना है तो दूसरे में जाना है, तो गाड़ी एक होती थी, सामान डालते थे तो दूसरे में चले गए,
wow.
दूसरे से तीसरे में चले गए, वहां जाके पेंट शेंट करते थे थोड़ा सा,
Oh wow.
जो भी वहां पे.
I wanna talk a bit more about this if you don't mind. So UK what was the ambition to go to UK? Was it Naukri? Was it Padhai? What was the decision that led you to go to UK?
Sania, at that time, to be honest, अगर मैं कहूँ ना कि हमने बहुत कुछ प्लानिंग की होती थी और बहुत ऐसा नहीं था, बस होता था कुछ अच्छा हो जाए. तो yes, I went to UK के अच्छी जॉब मिल जाए, कुछ पढ़ाई हो जाए. It's just like
opportunities
better
and
opportunity.
yeah, I get it.
And then sometimes you think, हम लोग अब भी सोचते हैं, हमारे कुछ लोग बाहर जाना भी चाहते हैं और मैं उनको बताता भी हूँ कि it's not that easy. Here in Pakistan, like जब मैं हुंडई में था, जब मैं when I was working as assistant manager, तो उन्होंने हमें एक अच्छा घर दिया हुआ था उधर लाहौर में, एच ब्लॉक में, मॉडल टाउन में. एंड आई हैड अ स्टाफ, खाना भी कोई बना देता था, ड्राइवर भी था, गाड़ी भी उन्होंने दी हुई थी, पैकेज भी ठीक था. तो एक यानी अफसरी थी थोड़ी सी. एंड आई हैड अ टीम ऑफ 7-8 पीपल. तो बड़ा अच्छा एक लाइजोन ऑफिस में उनका मैनेज करता था. लाहौर से बैठ के इस्लामाबाद आना, कभी चश्मा हाइड्रो पावर प्रोजेक्ट पे जाना, वहां पे मछलियां वगैरह पकड़नी, बड़ा लाइक इट वाज फन. तो यूके जाने में शुरू में ये लगा कि अब यूके जा रहे हैं, जैसा होता है यूएस जा रहे हैं, यूके जा रहे हैं, तो नाउ एवरीथिंग इज गोइंग टू बी इवन बेटर. बट दैट्स नॉट द केस. इन द बिगिनिंग यू टॉकिंग अबाउट गुड 5-10 years. ग्रेट. शुरू में जाके तो मुझे आप तलहा की बात कर रहे थे, तो ड्यूरिंग हिज पॉडकास्ट उसने मुझे कहा कि व्हाट वाज द फर्स्ट जॉब,
because he's done quite a few himself, so
तो he asked me कि पहली जॉब क्या थी. मैंने कहा do you really want me to tell you what my first job was? So it's a funny story कि मैं गया वहाँ पे यूके में. दूसरे तीसरे दिन मेरा एक दोस्त है, नुमान नाम है उसका, तो आया मुझे मिलने. तो मैंने कहा यार नुमान, मेरे पास पैसे तो इतने नहीं है, तो ऊपर से रुपीस को पाउंड में कन्वर्ट करके आना, तो कदर भी उसकी ज़्यादा होती. तो आई सेड कि मुझे कोई नौकरी वगैरह दिलवा, सो इफ़ यू हैव एनी कॉन्टेक्ट्स. तो उसने मुझे फिर कुछ बताया कि ये काम कौन सा कर लोगे. मैंने कहा सब काम कर लेंगे. एंड देन ही सेड ओके फाइन, आई लेट यू नो. तो probably that day or the next day he called me. I think the same day he called me back and he said, listen, मैं एक काम मिल रहा है, प्रेस का काम है.
press as in ironing?
अच्छा, to be honest, मुझे प्रेस का था because I hate ironing. उसने मुझे कहा ना प्रेस का काम है, फैक्ट्री है और सुबह तुमने जाना है, इस तरह कुछ उसने. I thought is ये न्यूज़पेपर टाइप, ये जो भी होता है प्रेस, जो प्रेस होता है. So I said perfectly fine. और एक काम जो है ना, जो मुझे कभी जिंदगी में अच्छा नहीं लगा, वो है कि कपड़े इस्त्री करने वाला काम, जो प्रेसिंग.
Nobody likes it.
No one likes it.
Nobody likes it. It's just
घर में बचपन में आपको घर में आपकी वालदा सिस्टर्स कर देती हैं. देन आई वाज इन मिलिट्री, तो वहाँ पे तो आपको प्रॉपर बैटमैन मिल जाता है. बाद में हम हुंडई में अफसर थे, तो उधर तो वो हमें उन्होंने स्टाफ दिया हुआ. सो आई नेवर डिड दैट.
yeah.
And I turned up 7 o'clock in the morning. It was a 12-hour shift. By the way, you have to stand and do all day pressing. तो वो शोरूम्स में अच्छे अच्छे जो कपड़े नजर आते हैं ना लोगों को, वो कहीं पे प्रेस होते हैं.
That's a perspective. That's yeah.
उस पर्सपेक्टिव की मुझे बहुत कदर है अब.
Wow. I never thought of it like that.
12 घंटे, 350 pieces. Fine, that's your KPI daily. तो आपने करने हैं. So उसके बाद मुझे इस्त्री करना बहुत like you know ना, I can iron, बहुत अच्छी आयरनिंग में कर सकता. मैं किसी को बल्कि टीच भी कर सकता हूँ कि कैसे किए, because I got proper training there. But in the start you have to do odd jobs, and to be honest, it's not that easy.
How long did you continue this, and like what was your journey in London? I assume you
I
were
was in London, yeah.
Okay, all right. So
पहले मैंने ये काम किया, फिर एक दो और छोटे इस तरह के काम थे.
how did you land into like property and real estate? And
then मुझे जब proper job मिली, तो the first, and you know there is it's very interesting by the way, जब आप यूके में जाते हो तो so I was on job seeker, वो अलाउंस वाले उस पे, and then they offer you a course while you are looking for a job, कि वो कोर्स करके आप अपना CV वगैरह बनाएं. So I signed up for that, and it was a 2 weeks course. I did that 2 weeks course to actually make a CV.
wow.
But you know the way they do it, they sort of like ask you to, it's 2 weeks का course है, तो उसमें वो आपको, they make you do certain exercises, and during those exercises what you do is what you're good at and what you should do in your life,
what you should highlight on the CV and
not just CV.
Okay.
It's like, you know, they talk about your professional career, कि
okay.
होना क्या चाहिए.
अच्छा ठीक है. Counseling भी sort of.
Counseling में लेकिन exercises करवाते हैं आपकी strengths क्या हैं, आपकी weaknesses क्या हैं, फिर आपसे बातचीत करते हैं. It's like a good course. And in the end, like, I got 2 professions for me. These are the recommendations. The first was to become a lawyer, which they call solicitor, Vakil Banja. And the second one was to become a mortgage advisor or a financial advisor. Now, that's what they recommended. And I obviously 2 हफ्ते का पूरा कोर्स किया हुआ है, so I took their recommendation.
Yeah.
I said, wow, okay, fine. So या तो मुझे वकील होना चाहिए या मुझे mortgage advisor होना चाहिए. So I then signed up for a training course for a mortgage advising. 1,000 pound का लोन लेके मैंने वो कोर्स किया, and पढ़ाई में ठीक थे हम, तो वो कोर्स मेरा ठीक हो गया. I passed all the certifications, and I got a job as a mortgage advisor. See, when you're a mortgage advisor, then you are in real estate financing. I was dealing with NHA and OGDCL. I'm talking about 1998. Like, I was really young. 22-23 साल की एज में I was dealing with NHA, OGDCL, WAPTA. So that was a good experience, and that was real estate as well. So it was real estate development. When I was managing their liaison office, obviously I was dealing with a lot of things at that time: their procurement, their contracting, then the site-related issues, then the IPCs. And then in UK, this mortgage advice was real estate financing. So I've been somehow, I was trained in Pakistan Military Academy to be in real estate.
Good.
I started in 1998, and then throughout till today, I'm eating, breathing real estate. Like, everything is real estate.
So it chose you in a way. I think वो आपकी destiny होती है ना. They do say that your destiny sort of chooses you in your journey. When you look back and reflect, you always see these moments that happen that kind of connect the dots, and you know that this is what you were meant to do. So I think
absolutely
that's what your journey was like.
Yeah, that's what it is. See, the failure is not something, it's not the end of the story.
Yeah.
And the words are for us. Like, it's our language. हम इंसानों ने अपनी language बनाई. It's our understanding. Failure does not mean end of the world. Failure is something which happens every day. And it's just a delay maybe for doing something. Or if it's just the practice of making something better. So you keep failing.
It is the process.
It's the process.
Yeah.
बहुत अच्छा मोहम्मद अली जिन्ना ने उनका है कि I don't believe in making the right decision. I take a decision and make it right. I think इस तरह की quote है. Sorry if I get it wrong. Absolutely, that's what it is. Decision is a process. It's not a step. It's not just one step. It's a complete process. You keep correcting your decision till you get the optimal outcome. Fine. And sometimes you just have to compromise on your outcome. And sometimes you get better.
Yeah.
Fine. And there are a lot of failures on the way. So Pakistan Military Academy, 2.5 years, to be honest, it made my life. Yeah. Really good training. It's probably the best training in the world you can get here in Pakistan. Fine. And then
disciplined you, I guess, as a leader.
Everything.
Yeah.
See, Pakistan Military Academy training, they teach you everything. They train you in everything. खाना कैसे खाना है, कपड़े कैसे पहने, they train you in everything. So उस वक्त मैं अगर किसी कॉलेज में चला जाता या किसी यूनिवर्सिटी में चला जाता, मुझे कभी भी उस तरह की इतनी अच्छी ट्रेनिंग ना मिलती. So that was for me, like what I am today, that played a big part. Then coming out, and then the time I spent in here in Pakistan working with Hyundai, and then going to UK, and whatever I did in the beginning, yes, that's a lot of resilience, because you fight for survival every day. Fine. And that's important. Very, very important. And then and आज मैं देखता हूँ ना, तो ये सब जितने भी failures थे, they are like part of me today and my day-to-day life and my day-to-day decision making. And there was no way I could have survived in Pakistan in last 9.5 years if I had not seen all that.
Absolutely.
Because, see, Pakistan, unfortunately, the system is firefighting, the whole system. Fine? It's a very volatile market. It's a very challenging setting. Great potential, high risk country, obviously then high returns. So great potential. Not everyone can survive here, but those who survive and those who can sort of deal with these challenges, oh my God, this is heaven.
You spent what, 14 years in UK?
Yeah, 14
So
years.
14 years ke baad, you were mentioning that, you decided to come back to Pakistan. You wanted to, obviously you had family reasons, but then one of your vision was Emirat, 3 companies, right? Emirat, Grana, and Agency 21. So can you talk a bit more about this journey? What made you decide to come back? And then when did you start? Which company? How was that like for you?
It's very fascinating. When you start understanding real estate, I love it. Real estate is immovable property. It's like the biggest store of wealth.
Mhm.
Yeah. $400 trillion US dollars today.
Wow.
$400 trillion today. And it's like, it's everything. See, real estate is everything. It's like, आपका घर इतना खूबसूरत आपका ऑफिस है, आपका ऑफिस, each and everything.
Land, right? I mean, वो आप
Land
बता
and
रहे थे.
property.
Yeah, land.
The real estate legal definition is immovable property. It means even the minerals part of real estate. So real estate is everything.
And the economy part that you were just talking about as well.
The word economy, we talk about green economy and the blue economy here in Pakistan, but Pakistan got rainbow of economy. हर तरह का कलर है, बट सबसे ज्यादा बड़ा कलर जो है ना, सबसे ज्यादा ब्राइट कलर, दैट इज रियल एस्टेट. इकोनॉमी comes from a Greek word which means literal meaning घर की मैनेजमेंट. घर एक रियल एस्टेट है भाई. So real estate is when I was working in the real estate sector of London, and London is like, it's a benchmark.
Yeah.
London gets the most investments as a city in the world. So हम जो वहाँ पे काम, and when you think of real estate in Dubai, when you think of real estate in London, it's completely different perspective. जब यहाँ पाकिस्तान आते थे तो पाकिस्तान में रियल एस्टेट, तो सबसे पहले तो रियल एस्टेट को कूल बनाना था. हमारा जो सबसे पहले हमारा था changing the image of real estate. That was Agency 21, and Grana.com had a similar sort of like tagline. So we really wanted real estate to become a sort of sector जहाँ पे लोग जाके काम करें.
So that was the vision
Youth
that you brought.
UK में बहुत अच्छी real estate की practices थी. Since I was a real estate professional, I was investing in Pakistan as well. And then I could see कि बहुत problems हैं पाकिस्तान में. मैंने अपनी when I got married, मैंने अपनी मिसेस को कहा कि आपको इतना ये गोल्ड वगैरह लेने की क्या जरूरत है. रियल एस्टेट वाले तो यही कहेंगे ना, आप एसेट ले लें. सो मैंने उनको एसेट लेके दिया
शुरू करें
इंस्टॉलमेंट्स के ऊपर, क्योंकि पैसे नहीं थे तो, लेकिन वो कभी डिलीवर नहीं हुआ उनको. तो शी इज अगेंस्ट रियल एस्टेट. तो उनको मैंने पाकिस्तान में एक एसेट लेके दिया जो कभी डिलीवर नहीं हुआ. तो दैट वाज आल्सो पार्ट ऑफ द प्रॉब्लम एंड माय मोटिवेशन कि यू फिक्स करने हैं प्रॉब्लम, क्योंकि मिसेस भी कह रही हैं भाई. Lekin there were a lot of problems here in Pakistan, to be honest. There are a lot of real estate's got the greatest potential in Pakistan, but on the other hand, बहुत ज़्यादा problems.
So challenges, like if we can get into those challenges, I want to understand when setting up these companies, initial आपको क्या challenges face हुए? What was your expectation versus reality? What were the challenges for you?
See, I thought there will be challenges. I actually prepared for those challenges. My job was to do long-term planning for my clients. तो मैं जब पाकिस्तान आ रहा था तो I planned during those days when I was planning to come back. I thought I'll go back to school and I'll start studying and मैं थोड़ा तैयारी करके जाऊँ, क्योंकि Pakistan is going to be a very challenging market. Signed up for an MSc, went there for any full time पे मैंने MSc किया जाके जी उधर Queen Mary में University of London. In policy making. And my thesis was how to reduce corruption in Pakistan. Because I knew कि I'm going to Pakistan और हमारे सेक्टर में करप्शन बहुत ज़्यादा है, तो ज़रा सीखें तो सही करप्शन को कैसे कम करना है, तो उसके मॉडल्स वगैरह बना के जाएं. And then I went to Cambridge and spent 2 years there as well. I did my MPhil. And it was all like policy making, policy analysis, the implementation of those policies through technology and everything. So when I was coming back to Pakistan, I knew there would be challenges. मुझे था अंदाजा कि challenges होंगे. However, I underestimated the magnitude of the problems. इतने ज़्यादा होंगे ये नहीं पता था. तो यहाँ पे तो sorry, but you know, for someone, I really wish one day Pakistan is a country कि हमारा कोई भी ओवरसीज पाकिस्तानी जो कि बाहर ही पैदा हुआ है, लड़का या लड़की, comes back to पाकिस्तान और यहाँ पे कोई यूनिकॉर्न क्रिएट कर दे, बना दे. I really wish. अमेरिका में होता है, चाइना में, दूसरे मुल्कों में होता है, इंशाल्लाह एक दिन पाकिस्तान में भी होगा. बट फॉर नाउ एक एंटरप्रेन्योर के लिए, स्पेशली अगर आप पाकिस्तान से बाहर और पाकिस्तान आके आपने काम करना है, तो इससे जंगल, हर चीज ही बेहतर होने वाली है. बट दैट्स द पोटेंशियल एज वेल. अब मैं देखता हूं कि गवर्नमेंट लेवल पे और पॉलिसी मेकर्स, दे रियली वांट टू फिक्स थिंग्स बिकॉज दे नो इफ दे गोना फिक्स इट, तभी जाके इकोनॉमी बेहतर होगी और ग्रोथ होगी. और मेरी दुआ भी है, यू नो, आई रियली विश कि ये चीज़ें हों पाकिस्तान में, कि बिजनेस एनवायरनमेंट चेंज हो, बिकॉज इसके देयर इज़ नो अदर वे कि बिजनेसेस जब तक ग्रो नहीं करेंगे, इकोनॉमी ग्रो नहीं करेगी. और बहुत आसानी से चीज़ों को बदला जा सकता है. इन माई केस, पीपल लाइक अस, एज आई सेड, हम तो बोर्डिंग स्कूल, फौज, मतलब ट्रेनिंग इतनी सख्त हुई है कि टू बी ऑनेस्ट कोई इतना मसला नहीं है. ये चैलेंजेस भी आएंगे, सेटबैक्स भी आएंगे, इश्यूज भी आएंगे, प्रॉब्लम्स, फेलियर्स, व्हाटएवर, we'll face them all. And we'll still sort of like, you know, keep moving. But I think we really need to work on our ecosystem for the businesses, उनकी growth के लिए.
And that has been your vision as well. I think जब आपने overall इमारात शुरू किया and you wanted to grow, so आपने different verticals, you've entered into different verticals, right? It's not. So can you talk to me a bit more about the verticals?
Well, again, as I said, real estate is big. Real estate में बहुत कुछ है. Real estate में आपका हाउसिंग आ जाती है. रियल एस्टेट के अंदर या आपका आर्किटेक्चर भी आता है, इंजीनियरिंग भी आती है, रियल एस्टेट फाइनेंसिंग भी है, रियल एस्टेट मार्केटिंग भी है, रियल एस्टेट सेल्स भी है, रियल एस्टेट टेक्नोलॉजीज भी हैं. देयर आर अबाउट 20 डिफरेंट aspects, facets of real estate. So we embarked on this journey that, you know, we're going to fix it all. Wow, one by one. Yeah, baby steps. So we started off, like, now we have what we call is the ecosystem, where we have 8 companies dealing with different, like, real estate mein hospitality bhi hai.
Yeah.
So now we partnered with Marriott for hospitality. F&B bhi hai, food and beverages. So we opening Munal, for example, with Munal idhar hamare ek project pe. Architecture mein we are collaborating with international and local architects. We set up our own construction companies. We set up our own design studio. तो अभी तो 8 companies तो हमारी, जैसे इमारात है, इमारात के साथ people know Agency 21 and Grana.com because ये वो पब्लिक डोमेन में. बट सबसे ज़्यादा टाइम मेरा लगता है, there's a company called propmax.ai.
Okay, wow. Yeah.
I spent a lot of time developing these technological tools. Like my फौज का ही सही, लेकिन my bachelor is in computer sciences.
Because PropTech obviously is something you mentioned, it's part of real estate as well. It's part of this ecosystem. And prop tech में what's the technology like? What are the advancements? Pakistan में क्या चीजें हो रही हैं? Because I'm sure for a layman like me and for obviously most of our audience, we just know real estate as ये जो housing societies होती हैं और जो housing का main काम होता है. So can you tell us, like, shed some light on what's happening in the tech space and what are you doing in that space?
Real estate, not just in Pakistan, globally, thoda sa ignored hai. No one is studying to be a real estate professional. As such, no. Abhi thoda bahut degrees aa gaye, but there were no degrees. Yeah, कि जी आपने you're going to become a real estate professional, so you have to study this and all that. And that means there's a great potential because now it's all about tech. Fintech hai aur ye hai aur wo hai. So there are all types of tech. But when it comes to prop tech, पूरी दुनिया में इसमें बहुत ज्यादा काम होने वाला है. So we like I'm now signing up for a PhD in talking to Cambridge and Oxford, see which way to go, but it is in sustainable developments. And what is a sustainable development? It has got not just the environment. It has the environmental impact, but it is the economic impact and it is the social impact, social inclusion. कि पाकिस्तान में तकरीबन 150 districts हैं और सब में proper planned developments हो housing over the period of next 20-25 years. Imagine the value, $4 trillion. 25 साल में पाकिस्तान में $4 ट्रिलियन की वैल्यू क्रिएशन की जा सकती है जस्ट बाय प्लान डेवलपमेंट्स जो होनी है, जो हमारी रिक्वायरमेंट है. 10 करोड़ लोगों की जिंदगी बदल सकती है. देखिए 15 और 25 के बीच में, 15 साल और 25 साल के बीच में हमारी इस वक्त तकरीबन 6.5 से 7 करोड़ लोग हैं. इमेजिन कितनी फैमिलीज शुरू होंगी अगले 10 साल में.
एब्सोल्युटली.
अब ये जितने लोग फैमिली स्टार्ट करने जा रहे हैं, इनके बच्चे प्लान डेवलपमेंट्स में, एक बच्चा मोहल्ले में पलता बढ़ता है, एक बच्चा एक प्लान डेवलपमेंट में ग्रो करता है. एजुकेशन, हेल्थ, सोशल, एवरीथिंग चेंजेस. सोशल इम्पैक्ट पाकिस्तान के 10 करोड़ यूथ और जो अगले हमारी जो नेक्स्ट जनरेशन है उनकी लाइफ पे वो सोशल इम्पैक्ट है.
Absolutely.
And then the environment.
Yeah.
So whenever you do any new development, obviously you have to take care of the environment as well, and it should be done properly. Now that's the model. So that's the part, and that's the first part, by the way. ये पाकिस्तान के लिए मैं जो आपको कह रहा हूँ ना कि हम जो मॉडल डेवलप कर रहे हैं, it's called sustainability performance model. Now that would make recommendations के 150 जो हमारे डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स हैं कहाँ पे कब किस तरीके से कौन सी चीज डेवलप करनी चाहिए according to the population and the demographics and everything. That's the first part. The second part of the model is the optimization of the existing asset. And that's where we have कि इस वक्त तकरीबन $100 अरब हमारा ट्रैप हुआ है, कैपिटल इंट्रैपमेंट इन रियल एस्टेट, जिसको रिवाइव किया जा सकता है. उस 100 अरब को 300-400 अरब डॉलर बनाया जा सकता है. 10 से 15 हजार कनाल डेवलप्ड लैंड हो तो उसके ऊपर 1 लाख यूनिट क्रिएट किया जा सकता है. आपको क्या लगता है हमारे पास कितनी जमीन है जो खाली पड़ी हुई है प्लान होके? प्लान डेवलपमेंट्स एम्प्टी, जिसको कैपिटल इंट्रैपमेंट कहते हैं. 20 लाख प्लॉट्स, 20 लाख प्लॉट्स ऑफ लैंड पूरे पाकिस्तान में. प्लान्ड प्लॉट्स जो हैं वो 45 लाख हैं, जिनमें से 20 लाख खाली पड़े हुए हैं. टू बी प्रिसाइज 18 लाख कुछ हैं. हमारे पास सारा डेटा है. इट्स ऑल लाइक we've done the digitization of all the planned area of Pakistan, each and every plot of land.
Wow. That's saying something. That's a big challenge.
18 लाख plots खाली पड़े हुए हैं. So how to revive the capital in a way कि वो जो housing societies खाली पड़ी हुई हैं या उनके issues बने हुए हैं या illegal हैं या unapproved हैं, इसी तरीके से जो buildings खाली पड़ी हुई हैं इधर इस्लामाबाद में बहुत सारी buildings बनी हुई हैं, खाली पड़ी हुई हैं, vertical buildings. उनके अंदर किस तरह की एक्टिविटी लाई जाए. Now that's the second part of the model, sustainability performance model, that how can we revitalize the capital, right? ये जो capital entrapment. And the third part is the digital economy products. It's like for example पहले architecture होता था तो एक architect architecture करते थे. अब that can be done through AI, fine, through technologies. The whole development can be planned through technologies. So we have developed something called HouseGen.
House Gen.
Generative AI model.
Okay.
What it does is like आपका पूरा घर जो है, आप plot of land हम उसको देते हैं according to the bylaws, वो पूरे घर का layout plan बनाता है. When you decide, okay fine, हाँ ये layout plan, you can change thousands of times.
Oh wow.
Fine.
Doesn't that like, क्योंकि AI का कहते हैं ना कि it is reducing jobs for people, it's replacing humans. So does this product of yours replace architects in some way?
या तो हम करेंगे तो या बाहर का कोई सॉफ्टवेयर कर देगा, तो पाकिस्तानी सॉफ्टवेयर वो करे जो बाहर के सॉफ्टवेयर ने करना है. देखिए, जॉब रिडक्शन की तो बात नहीं है. ऑब्वियसली जॉब्स कम होंगी. Yes.
With technology, that's
what technology does. Technology is the enabler. It enables you to do more. So if you are doing more, you're creating more value. And AI is going to do exactly the same thing. As a country, what we should be looking at is how can we make each and every human resource productive. हमारे पास यूथ बहुत है, सारे 150 डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स में यूथ है, और हर बंदे का सोचने का अंदाज, काम करने का अंदाज डिफरेंट है. फॉर एग्जांपल कंस्ट्रक्शन में साउथ पंजाब के लोग बहुत ज़्यादा होते हैं, KPK के लोग बहुत ज़्यादा होते हैं. तो आपने ये देखना है कि हर रीजन के लोगों को कैसे प्रोडक्टिव किया जाए, उनकी ओवरऑल माइंडसेट क्या है, उनके स्किल सेट क्या है, उनकी डेवलपमेंट कैसे की जा सकती है, फ्यूचर को प्लान करके. नॉट जस्ट पाकिस्तान फ्यूचर, ग्लोबल फ्यूचर. हाउ कैन दे कम्पीट ग्लोबली. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आपने यहाँ पे कोई फैक्ट्री लगानी है, तो उस फैक्ट्री में बंदे कौन से काम करेंगे, कहाँ से आए. 4 से 6 महीने की ट्रेनिंग आप किसी भी मजदूर को दें, वो फैक्ट्री में काम कर सकता है, एज लॉन्ग एज वो हार्ड वर्किंग बंदा है. और फिर उसको आप अनस्किल्ड को स्किल्ड लेबर बनाते जाओ. तो देखें, रिडक्शन तो डेफिनेटली होगी. AI एट टाइम्स 10 लोगों का काम एक बंदा कर सकेगा. एंड यू राइट, ये जो हमारा आर्किटेक्चर, इट्स नॉट जस्ट अबाउट आर्किटेक्चर. जब एक डेवलपमेंट होती है तो उसकी मास्टर प्लानिंग होती है, उसका आर्किटेक्चर होता है, उसकी लेआउट प्लानिंग होती है, उसकी मैकेनिकल, इलेक्ट्रिकल, प्लम्बिंग, लैंडस्केप, लाइटिंग, फसाद, सिक्योरिटी, बहुत सारी प्लानिंग्स होती हैं. All these plannings will be done through AI in future, and but there will be human, उसके अंदर लोग होंगे.
Absolutely.
अब हाँ, ये होगा कि 10 लोगों का काम शायद एक बंदा कर रहा हो. That's the future.
So all of this that you're talking about, does this fall under your Vision 2047 plan?
हमने जब पाकिस्तान में काम शुरू किया तो हमने 25 साल का एक प्लान बनाया. एंड 1-2 साल ऊपर नीचे थे तो हमने उसको विजन 2047, बिकॉज ऑब्वियसली हमारी 100th एनिवर्सरी है 1947 से 2047, एंड वी हैव दिस, लेट्स मेक पाकिस्तान ग्रेट इंशाल्लाह. सो एंड वी आर गोइंग टू गो ऑल आउट. हमारा वो सोच नहीं है कि जी पाकिस्तान में कुछ नहीं हो सकता. हम वो लोग हैं जो कहते हैं कि पाकिस्तान में हमने मोहब्बत फातह आलम, हमारी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के अंदर सब बोलते हैं MFA, मोहब्बत फातह आलम, विच मीन्स कि हम दुनिया फतह करना चाहते हैं पाकिस्तान में रहते हुए. वी वांट टू कम्पीट एवरीवन ग्लोबली, वी वांट टू बीट. तो देखिए, यहाँ पे विजन 2047 की जो आप बात कर रही हैं, दैट्स a vision for Pakistan and at the same time for the globe. It was a 25 years plan. Normally businesses plan बनाते हैं 5 साल, 10 साल, 15 साल, 20 साल, 25 साल. हमारा एक 25 साल का बिजनेस प्लान है. ऑब्वियसली 5 साल के जो आपके नॉर्मली प्लान्स होते हैं, 10 साल के बड़े डिटेल्ड होते हैं, लेकिन 20-25 साल नॉर्मली यू हैव दिस गोल्स विच यू आर वर्किंग टूवर्ड्स. सो फॉर एग्जांपल, हम डेवलपमेंट्स करते हैं और इस वक्त हम 15,000 डेवलपमेंट्स कर रहे हैं, 15,000 यूनिट्स डेवलप कर रहे हैं. और हमारा प्लान है कि पाकिस्तान में हमने 25 साल में 5 लाख डेवलपमेंट्स करनी. अब 5 लाख यूनिट्स हम क्रिएट करेंगे 25 साल में. अभी हम 15,000 कर रहे हैं. सो दैट इज अलाइन्ड विद आवर बिजनेस प्लान और आवर विजन, व्हिच इज विजन 2047. नाउ विजन 2047 हैव 47 उसके हमारे गोल्स हैं. कुछ गोल्स ऐसे हैं विच इज टू डू विद बिजनेस, कुछ गोल्स ऐसे हैं विच इज टू डू विद पाकिस्तान, एंड कुछ गोल्स ऐसे हैं विच आर फिलैंथ्रोपिक. फॉर एग्जांपल, हमारा एक गोल है कि पाकिस्तान में जितने ऑर्फन्स हैं उनको हम बोर्डिंग एजुकेशन 25 साल में बोर्डिंग एजुकेशन दें. Provision of boarding education to each and every orphan of Pakistan in 25 years. Now that's one of our goals. Similarly, we have goals for health. चाइल्ड मोर्टेलिटी हम कम करना चाहते हैं पाकिस्तान में, और बहुत सारी चीज़ें. वी हैव गोल्स फॉर एनवायरनमेंट. हमारे बिजनेस गोल्स में जैसे मैंने कहा कि डेवलपमेंट्स के गोल हैं. टेक में हमारा ये है कि हमने ग्लोबली प्रॉप टेक लीडर बनना है, और अच्छी बात यह है कि इसमें गैप है, किया जा सकता है. ग्लोबली इतने इस वक्त कंपटीशन उतना ज़्यादा नहीं है. सो विजन 47, as I said, has got 47 goals. And then we're almost working on each and every goal.
Learning, I think, is a continuous journey. It's a learning curve everywhere. Like every 5 years, the world is changing. Fast pace हो रही है, AI आ गया है, और चीजें भी हो गई हैं. But I want to understand, because आपकी पूरी story में I do want to focus and maybe circle back to your failures, just to understand कि what happened in all of this time. कोई ऐसी story, anything challenging or a setback that you went through. Maybe you can recall and share that story with me. I would love to know what happened, how did you learn from it, what was the setback?
See, most of the learning comes from the failures. आपने एक प्लान बनाया और सब कुछ वैसा ही हो गया, तो great. I can't remember कि हमने last time कब कुछ ऐसा किया कि हमने कुछ प्लान बनाया और exactly सब कुछ वैसा ही हो गया. Never. We always fail for 2.5 years.
Oh wow.
What happened is that in real estate, there was the whole chaos and whatever happened to real estate. I don't know if you're aware of it, but 3 years ago, real estate started crashing. Everything, बहुत ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम आ गया.
Market down, investment stuck, a lot of that,
down, खाइबो, बैंकों में the rate went to what 20%. Like real estate में जो लोग इन्वेस्ट करते थे, वो अब बैंक्स उनको हमारे से बहुत ज़्यादा प्रॉफिट्स दे रहे थे. प्रॉफिट्स तो नहीं था, इंटरेस्ट था.
Majorly people just stuck their money in the bank accounts then.
So sales went down. Every next day there was a group closing down. If there were 20 main groups, 19 are not there today. So, and जब ये पूरी मार्केट में जितने भी ये प्रॉब्लम्स आए, most of the businesses went out of business. A lot of projects got closed down, and market panicked. Real estate is about investors' trust. So obviously, people lost their trust. एंड इधर इस हमारे रीजन में फोर्सेस के लोग बहुत ज़्यादा हैं. तो ये जो आर्मी, नेवी, एयरफोर्स, तो इन लोगों के भी कुछ प्रोजेक्ट्स में अनफॉर्चुनेटली पैसे जो हैं वो ट्रैप हो गए. A lot of these projects were not legal. Rather, all of these projects जो कि बंद हुए, they were not legal. बट उसकी वजह से क्या हुआ कि हमारे पास लेट्स से रीसेल या रिफंड के लिए अगर 50 लोग आते थे, तो अब 1000 आ गए.
And then where's the money, right? Because it's all stuck in the market.
The sales is really down.
Cash flow nahi hai, I'm sure.
Market is completely crashed. And then there is no trust in the market. Overseas stopped investing in Pakistan. And that was the time a lot of people, they are going out of Pakistan. So there is no confidence in the market. There's a lot of panic, and everyone wants their money back. इतना ज़्यादा market में panic था कि my children are in Dubai. So I go Dubai every week, every second week. So I couldn't go to see my children for good 1.5-2 months, because as soon as you go out of Pakistan, ऐसा लगता था कि ये भाग गए या कुछ ऐसा ये हालात बने. And this went on for 2.5 years. And a lot of things happened. I lost 10 kgs in 1 month.
Oh wow, the stress.
Everyone was talking to me. Sir, diet के लिए क्या किया है आपने? And I'm like, यार ये बड़ा मुश्किल है, तुम नहीं कर सकते. There was so much pressure. And I remember, someone said, listen, you got to get yourself checked. And I said, okay, fine, यहाँ कराऊंगा तो ये बात बाहर जाएगी, तो मैं दुबई जाके कराता हूँ. So I got an appointment, for a checkup. I went to Marina में दुबई में, वहाँ पे वो किंग्स वाले करते हैं checkup. So I went to this guy, and the first thing they do is they do your weight. तो उसने मेरा weight किया, and I was there because weight का problem हुआ था. तो सोनज वो वेट करने के बाद मुझे कहता है सर परफेक्ट वेट मैंने कहा यार इज इट कहता है यार यू गॉट परफेक्ट वेट योर BMI ये वो सारा कुछ बड़ा बेहतरीन है। मैंने कहा जबरदस्त यार थैंक यू वेरी मच
Good news.
but it was very difficult. We were failing on every day, like we had all these business plans. हमारी
It's
construction
very volatile and uncertain,
slow हो गई।
right? Yeah.
हमारी we had a lot of plans. ये करना है पूरा 5 साल का plan went out of plan.
How did you gather yourself? So I know this is very external, right? कुछ failures होते हैं जो कि business में छोटे मोटे failures हो जाते हैं, कोई छोटा मोटा loss हो जाता है. This was like environment, this is your economy, this is your country. It's so many factors. So how did you step back? Like how did you get back up is my question. It could have taken you a lot of time, but just want to understand what was the journey like.
इकबाल के ना बहुत से शेर हैं and we by the way we in our organization we have a lot of Iqbal. we have a lot of these
philosophers
share going on all the time, and especially 2023 and 2024 as I said there was such difficult time that we were trying to motivate people. तो वो एक है ना कि वो तिफल क्या गिरे जो चले घुटनों के बल, इस तरह का इकबाल का एक शेर है. See, going down is not in your hands. It may happen, it will happen. If you're doing anything meaningful, then you are going to face a lot of setbacks and challenges, and there are going to be a lot of failures. बहुत दफा आप मुंह के बल नीचे गिरोगे. Getting up. Now that's the real thing in a way that I've seen people, a lot of people not giving up. And that's the science. Just don't give up. Just keep moving. Ringo, chalo, bhago, but keep moving. My whole team, they always believed in what I said. My clients, we obviously sold dreams in a way कि हम ये आप real estate buy करेंगे, we'll sort of develop it for you. My family, my children. So, there's a lot of pressure. Yeah. And you just can't afford to fail. Sometimes people would come up to you, aapki health. It's not about health. Come on. It's about life and death now. So you got to move on. It's like the fight for survival. So yes, to be honest, we didn't do anything. We just kept moving.
Yeah.
But there was no light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
And then we saw some light. And then 2023 and 2024, and then this things started changing. And then came 2025. December 2024 was the year of change for us in a way that, we started getting back on our feet. And then the whole 2025 was for the year of recovery. And alhamdulillah, now the organization, our group is doing great. Like, we were working day and night to deliver to our clients and everything. And now,
wonderful.
हम बोलते हैं, हम कहते हैं, पहले हम कहते थे अच्छे दिन आ गए, अब हम कहते हैं बेहतर से बेहतरीन. तो अल्लाह का शुक्र है. But I think failures at times, जो मैं समझता हूँ, for example, coming out of Pakistan Military Academy at that time at such young age was like a big failure. But I was fine. Like in a week's to 10 days time, I was okay. My father supported me in a big way. He said, "You're perfectly fine. Yaar, koi masla nahi hai. Just do something else." But if it is something which is long, 2.5 years, then that becomes very difficult. At times you say कि अल्लाह मियाँ अब तो please खुदा के लिए अल्लाह का मतलब आपको अल्लाह का वास्ता है.
So how did it shape you as a leader? क्योंकि of course आपने भी कहा था ना कि you are leading teams, you're leading your family, you're leading your clients and stakeholders सबको. How did all this failure and all this experience shape you now as a leader? How do you think you've changed, or maybe not changed, but कुछ चीजें आपकी leadership style में add हुई हैं? Could you share a bit more about that? How do you lead now?
We had this Pakistan Military Academy. We had this thing that, manly thing, because if we make a commitment, we're going to sort of like, deliver on that. और बीमार हो गए तो ये किसी को बताना कि बीमार हो गए, it's like showing your
Macho,
weakness.
right?
Oh, yeah.
Macho-ness.
So, and if there is something which I am doing for myself, I'll probably give up. कि भाई सुबह ये करना है, शाम को ये करना है, जिम करना है, ये करना है, yeah, we give up all the time. Yeah, I start up gym, this, that, भाई रोज करेंगे, ये करेंगे. But you know, we fail every day and we give up.
Yeah.
But when it is about someone else,
Yeah.
you've given your word to someone else. I think that's where it's like, you know,
You
it's
show
about
up.
your pride. It's about everything. It's about
Yeah.
your values.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, if you have made a commitment to someone else,
Yeah.
then the failure is not an option. And then if you have made a commitment with thousands of people and your team,
You should show up. Yeah. No, I get
then
that.
you're not giving up. Then you just keep moving day and night. No, not
And
an
how
option.
do you, so how, one, like, just a few parting questions. So how do you stay, I wouldn't call it sane because it is chaotic, real estate. Every day it's like you need to deal with some sort of uncertainty, some new thing, right? Some new challenge. So I think it's a regular thing for you. Now, aapne khud hi kaha tha, abhi it's in your DNA, right? So what practices do you keep on your day-to-day basis in your personal life that keep you calm, composed? Like कोई चीजें आप करते हैं that is a regular habit of yours? You just mentioned gym as well. So other than that, like what do you do to keep yourself mentally, physically, emotionally stable?
Understood in life at this age, your biggest strength is spiritual. It's like from inside.
Yeah.
It's like your mindset. I've just changed the meaning of failure because we fail almost every day. So what's the point of thinking that failure means like, you know, oh, masla ho gaya koi? I guess part and parcel of your day-to-day things. You know, when I was a mortgage advisor, when I started my career as a mortgage advisor, in UK, 20% of the mortgages don't go through for certain reasons. So we used to start every day. Like every day I used to come to my desk. The first thing you do is you go through your emails. And every day, the first thing you see in the morning is कि कितने नए मसले आ गए, कितने नए problems. But you don't think as if कि ये problems हैं. You start dealing with them straight away. Yeah. And what I've noticed is, you know, this science that you just keep moving, you just keep dealing with things, just stay calm. Practice this calmness. हमारा होता क्या है कि, and then, you know, in Islam or in Quran, everyone is a leader. It's not that, you know, I'm a leader because I'm leading few people. Everyone is a leader. Now, if there is a situation, खुदा न खास्ता, कि आप एक गाड़ी चला रही हो और वहां पे बच्चे बैठे हुए हैं एंड एकदम से कुछ छोटा मोटा एक्सीडेंट हो जाता है या कुछ हो जाता है, what would you do? You would act like a leader. You would not panic. You will probably not show others that you are panicking. Though अंदर से जैसे मर्जी आपको पैनिक हुआ, आप बच्चों के सामने कहोगे नहीं नहीं कुछ नहीं हुआ, कोई मसला नहीं है, it's perfectly fine because you're leading them. You're a leader. You're acting at that time as a leader. So you'll put them to safety first. You'll sort of like make them comfortable first. And this is what we do in life, in different situations. And this is what we should do. We should practice not panicking, staying calm. It's for everyone. Everyone has similar emotions. Everyone, हम एक ही तरह सोचते हैं सब. But it's like, you know, when you practice that, you have to stay calm in every situation. Whatever you're feeling from inside, just don't show it. And हम जो public dealing में होते हैं, facial expressions and all that, obviously, you know, we work on that as well. So for me, what I have learned in my life, and as I said, the biggest strength is just spiritual strength is like here and here. And and then spiritual also means that I have sort of like, you know, in 2023 and 2024, I'm like, you know, now I have started understanding Quran a little more. And that's why Iqbal, because Iqbal at times is a literal translation of Quran. In a podcast, someone asked me a question कि how was your journey in Pakistan? तो इकबाल का शेर है, हमारी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में बहुत ज़्यादा इसको लोग एक दूसरे को सुनाते हैं, यकीन मोहकम अमल पे हम मोहब्बत फातिह आलम, जहादे जिंदगानी में ये है मर्दों की शमशीरें और औरतों की शमशीरें. Jihad zindagani, struggle of life. It's like divine faith. Work really hard and think to conquer the world. Like, excellence, global competition. And this is literal translation of Quran. And when you say jihad, jihad is a struggle. And I said, listen, if you ask me about a normal human being के पाकिस्तान में आके, तो मैं कहूँगा यार कि बहुत ही मुश्किल था. लेकिन अगर तुम मुझे कहोगे कि someone who is sort of like lives by these values कि हम लोग ये जहाद भी कर रहे हैं और हम लोग शाहीन भी हैं और सब कुछ जो इकबाल वाले, then in that case if it was jihad zindagani, that it was very easy. So, and I think that's how you change your perspective. If you're just a normal human being, just responsible for yourself, which at times I am, I will probably give up. I won't do things which I've committed to myself. But when it's about your commitment to others, when you have to act as a leader,
like a bigger purpose, right?
When you have the purpose, and people with purpose, they tend to live longer. They face more challenges. But science says, if you have a purpose, you'll probably live 15, 20 years longer than the normal people. If you're living for a purpose, because your energy is different, your passion is different, and that's what that matters. Yeah.
So Shafiq, any last parting words? I mean, our audience is a mix of youth, corporate professionals. We have a lot of different people who listen in and tune in. But any parting words, probably for the next generation, the youth.
Don't give up on Pakistan. Don't give up on Pakistan. See, it's our country, and yes, a lot of things have to change. But who are going to change it? Responsible as well. So we got to have some responsibility. And on the other hand, the country's got great potential. Things are going to change for better in Pakistan. Trust me. You'll see them over the period of next 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. You'll see Pakistan changing for better. Especially technology is going to change a lot of things. And technology बहुत जल्दी change करती है. Fine, our organization is completely digital. Yeah, so every process is digital. And you understand, you're working for an organization where probably every process is digital. Maybe you're paperless. I can't see any papers. Technology बहुत जल्दी चीजें change करती है, and technology is going to change a lot of things here in Pakistan as well. The great thing about Pakistan, कुछ भी नहीं हुआ, dust भी नहीं हटी, सब कुछ होने वाला है. Great potential. We should realize it. The youth of Pakistan, the ones who have the energy and the motivation and tech savvy, they are the ones. और हमें काम करना है. मैं लोगों से रिक्वेस्ट करता हूँ कि प्लीज, if you're not working really hard, stop criticizing. Yes, if you're working really hard, then you wouldn't probably criticize anyway. Because then you see a lot of things changing for you. A lot of things are changing for us. A lot of things are becoming better with every passing day in our group and because of our group in the society and the community. So if अगर आपको कुछ चेंज आपके जो भी कर रहे हो उसकी वजह से नजर आ रहा होगा, तो you will be satisfied, you'll be happy.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
thank you. I really enjoyed this conversation with you and getting to know some really tough times that you've spent, especially the failure of these past 2-3 years that you've gone through and how you've come out of it.
Your whole thing was about failures. So we had to talk about failures.
Well, thank you for sharing.
By the way, we're writing a book. And it's about 10 failures, 10 challenges, which then became the opportunities. So,
oh, wow. Yeah. I would love to read it.
We'll be publishing that when we complete 10 years here in Pakistan, which is going to be in 6 months' time.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow.
And that's about our 10 years journey here in Pakistan. 10 failures.
Interesting. Very interesting. I should have actually called you even then to talk more about that. So maybe another conversation is due. Definitely. Yeah. Thank you so much, Shafiq. It was a pleasure hosting you on Duck Stories and pleasure to getting to know you as well.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It was nice talking to you as well.